Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to sunny. It's a Sunday morning, a little bit muggy and a little bit drizzly today. Day 65, I think, of our Panama quarantine, somewhere around there, 65 or 66. Things have lightened up just a little bit. We're now allowed to have either 1 6-pack of beer, one bottle of wine, or 1 bottle of liquor. And as of Monday for women and Tuesday for men, we're allowed to use our 1 hour of free time out of our homes to actually exercise. You can't buy food if you exercise. You have a choice of buying food or exercising. Or you can exercise, or you can go and buy food. You got your hour a day. Women Monday, Wednesday, Friday still. Men Tuesday, Thursday, and we actually just got Saturday back after losing it for the last 4 weeks. We haven't had Saturday, but this Saturday we did. Today I am talking about something completely different, and I mean completely different from normal. You know, around here we talk a lot about personal, financial, and location independence. But independence means a lot more than just offshore bank accounts and international investments and cryptocurrencies and international businesses and being a nomad. And while those things are all important, and we're going to be talking about a lot, there's one other piece that's important to being independent, especially at a time like this, you know, when we're under a worldwide pandemic. Because if you've been watching it for a while, you know that I anticipate that there's going to be a big global depression coming our way. I think it's obvious to everybody, and that there's a global depression coming. And that's my pup. That's my Pooch Kai. I don't know if I introduced you before or not, but that's my Pooch Kai. He's having a lot of fun here. He's enjoying the quarantine quite a bit. So with the depression coming, I know that history always repeats. And one of the things that we started to do is Google, like, how did people get through the last depression back in the 30s? How did people survive? And the way they survived was with, quite frankly, emergency gardening and survival gardens. And even if you don't look at that, being independent means being independent, and that means being self-sufficient. And being self-sufficient means, to me, having your own source of food. And I know this isn't going to work if you're a digital nomad and you're traveling around a lot, but most of us as unconventional entrepreneurs, we start to kind of settle, and we have, you know, maybe we'll have a base in one place that we'll travel from, or we'll have several homes in different places around the world. So this is an option that's available to a lot of us that have somewhat of a base, is creating an actual garden to be able to supply your own food and to really become self-sufficient. So what we've started to do here is we've started to turn, we just actually moved from this property, from our condo, just exactly when the quarantine began, so our timing couldn't have been better. And since then, we've been building up creating a garden and turning it into a homestead. Hey, Kai, you trying to be on video? Daddy's working right now, buddy. So we've decided to turn this into essentially a homestead. We got about half an acre here, so we don't have a whole lot of space, but we do have enough space that we can have some nice living space, and we can have a garden. So today what I've been doing is I've actually been building our first raised bed. It's a little wonky because we've used some of the scrap wood that was already around the property, but it's nice and stable. We've got 1x12s screwed together in several points to turn them into 2x12s, and then we've got a bench of 1x12s along the top, just so we have a place to sit while we're working. I've been hauling in dirt here. In the front of our property, we have this archway, which is a type of security that we have, one of the nasty surprises that face anybody who tries to break in here, one of many. But because of that, we can't actually bring a truck into the backyard. So I've been taking wheelbarrow full after wheelbarrow full and filling it all up today. It's glad it's not too sunny. It's a little bit muggy, but it's not too sunny, so it hasn't been too bad. I've lost track. I think I've done about 20 loads so far. Looks like I'm about halfway, so hopefully we'll do that. So we're doing that. We got the one garden bed right here. We're doing another bed similar size that we're going to do over in this area here. And then over in here, we're going to do 2 cascading style of raised beds. One of my buddies that you're going to hear from really soon, we're actually putting together a program together on survival gardening, and he has a way of growing gardens that grow twice as big in twice the amount of time. So we're going to actually be going step by step through it here and building his system of survival gardens that grow much faster, use less water, require less weeding, and and just produce this amazing vegetables that are absolutely just huge. So that's going to be going on right here, and that's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to go through a system step by step, and you're going to be able to watch all of that as we're doing it. Over here we got some tomatoes that we got going. We're growing tomatoes in a few different pots with basil because they're a companion fruit. My wife has become absolutely addicted to YouTube and is learning everything there is to know about gardening. And so she's sort of the engineer in charge of the gardening. I'm just mostly the labor, building out the systems and building out the pots themselves. We have a number of vines. The property's already got a whole bunch of coconuts on it. We've already got 3 great big mango trees on it. We've got noni fruit. We've got a few things we're also planting. We have squash going on. So the squash is growing like crazy. The iguanas absolutely love hanging out in here, so I hope they don't end up being a problem, but they're really cute because they're all little babies and they're just fun to watch. Have a whole lot of fun with that. This has been going on for about 3 weeks, so this stuff's about 3 weeks old at this point. We have some more beans over here. These are 3 weeks old. These all started in little cups in seeds, and they're sprung pretty good for 3 weeks. I think they're growing up pretty fast and really starting to shoot up. So heading over towards the back of the property now, we have more tomatoes, we have more beans, more basil, of course. These have all been kind of experiments as we were building up the raised beds. We've been building it up because you can't get any supplies. All the hardware stores have been closed, and so it's been really tough to actually build anything. The reason we were able to build the one that we did was because we happened to have some spare scrappy rotted lumber around that we were able to use. So what we've done, because we've had some guano beans, we've planted in the pots there. We've got some corn going on, more tomatoes. We got spinach growing up here around the papaya tree. So the spinach is going to actually climb up the papaya tree, I'm told. So that's going and it's spreading like crazy. More tomatoes, more basil. A little bit of corn. We'll probably do some more corn at the back of the property as well. And then over here, one of the most exciting things for me is this is our kind of experimental area, and we've started to experiment with growing, rather than from seeds, taking food that we can still get at the grocery stores here before they run out, and we're actually growing food out of the food scraps. So that's been a lot of fun, and just watching it grow and expanding. Basically all the food that we buy, it's now expanding to be more food. So we're making it, you know, it's like an investment. We buy a carrot and grow 10, which is, you know, exactly what everything that we do here at Palm Tree Research is about increasing your ROI. So if we can do it with money, we can do it with vegetables too. And coconuts, a ton of mangoes, 3 different types of mango trees. Absolutely delicious. The other tree is supposed to be even better, and they're not ripe yet, but we're hoping to get that out soon. This here is another little raised bed that we've done around one of the mango trees. It's going to be our salad bed. So we got green onions, we got more basil, we got some lettuce growing in here. All sorts of greens are growing up in this area here, and they're starting to sprout up like crazy everywhere as well. Our mangoes are, as you can tell, they're weighing down our branches. We're going to have to cut them. We're trying to prop them up until at least this batch gets ripe, and then we're going to have to cut up some of these branches. We're going to be giving mangoes to the neighbors. We're going to be making mango jams. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. And yeah, I mean, we got 15 coconut trees. We're making coconut oil out of them. We're making, eating young coconut on our desserts. It's been great. This side of the property is going to be more of our enjoyment area. It's where I play with the dog. We're turning it into a little park. So this is just kind of where we hang out and have fun. And yeah, here's our red mango tree. They're just starting to turn red. It looks like they got a couple weeks to go, and we're going to start enjoying these, and these ones are going to be absolutely delicious. So, like I said, I know this is a lot different than what we normally do. We normally do financial stuff, but with the pandemic that we're under, things are getting bad. Things are getting ugly out there. Food supply lines are starting to run short. Meat's running low. It's things are expensive, it's tough under quarantine to get out, and even if the worst doesn't come to pass, I think it's important to be able to rely on yourself. If you're not relying on yourself, you're not completely independent. And that's what we're all about here at Palm Tree Research. We're all about how to get more independent, how to rely on ourselves so we don't have to worry about all the other systems, the food supply systems, the banking systems, the government systems, all the government control they're putting on us. When you're completely independent, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And for us, that means, you know, supplying our own food. So I have a question for you. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing during this downtime to increase your own independence? How are you breaking free of those systems of bureaucracy, bankers, bosses, and borders? What are you going to do next to get free?